charge ahead. Prepare for battle! You've got my dander up. Onward. All paths lead to conflict. Yes. Break you down. You're mine now. Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Chaos rides. Gallop. Like the heads of my enemies.
Prepare for battle!
Is in the bag. Leap ahead! Ride on. From other planes I come. Indeed. A shield and blade. Yes. Ahead, Armageddon.
30 seconds to battle.
Bases. The beaten path. Hitherto. Armageddon comes.
The battle begins!
Yes. By drought and blade. Oh! A chaotic path. I'm under attack. Meet in battle. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. Amble on. strike. Yeah. Indeed. A shield and blade. The beast. Ember arm. Yeah. From other planes.
I don't think so.
I count. Through your paces.
Nah.
Mine. Leap ahead. Meet in battle. I'm under attack. Armageddon come. Hitherto. Ahead, Armageddon. Where ride the horseman, death shall follow. By drought and blade. Giddy up. Gallop. Parchment flesh. Yes. Head steed. Ride on. The chaotic path. Where ride the horseman, death shall follow. Service today. Indeed. Leap ahead.
I'm at
The other flame. Meet in battle. Emble on. Hitherto. Giddy up. Yes. The chaotic path. Armageddon comes. Yes. Ride on. I'm under attack. Yeah. Through your paces. out and blade. Ahead, steed. The beaten path.
I was meant to have this.
A shield and blade.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Gallop.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ahead, steed. Yeah. Through your paces. Emble on. Indeed. His attack. Armageddon comes. I split wide. Yes. From other planes I come. My adversary's pay. Ahead, Armageddon. Enough. Hitherto. Wait out and blade. Leap ahead.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces.
Look at it go!
The beaten path.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower.
Embattled. We'll ride the horse. Death shall follow. I'll shoe my steed with your gold. Gallop. From other planes I come. Gallop. Charge! Yes. Meet in battle. Chaos increases. Emble on.
Look at it go!
Killing spree!
Waste.
Ahead, Armageddon. By shield and blade. Leap ahead! Giddy up. Through your paces. I'm under attack. Armageddon.
Your middle tower is under attack!
Yes. Hitherto.
Your bottom tower is under attack!
We'll ride the horseman. Death shall follow. Yes. Armageddon comes. Yeah. Usurpation of power. No match. By drought and blade. A chaotic path. The beaten path. Leap ahead.
Let it go.
Yes. Ahead, steed. Yeah.
Your middle tower is under attack! Your middle tower has fallen! Axe wishes it was you instead!
By shield and blade. Taste my cudgel.
Wedge.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower!
Under attack. I die. My soul their sword.
Killing spree!
Illusion.
Your bottom tower is under attack! Killing spree! Double kill!
Shall be achieved. We'll ride the horseman. Death shall follow. The beaten path. From other planes I come.
Your top tower is under attack! Your top tower is under attack!
By drought and blade. Hitherto. Amble on. Yes. Indeed. Armageddon comes. Power. Flashlight! I'm under attack.
Dominating!
Split one.
Dominating!
Through your bases. Indeed. Hitherto. From other planes I come. Object-Billiger! The Dark Rider returns. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. Yeah.
Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. Your bottom tower is under attack. Axe has seen ruins that look better than your bottom tower. Slap.
The beaten path.
Mega kill!
Meet in battle. Through your bases. Giddy up. The chaotic path. Headsteed. I cast your side. No match. Gallop. Now you exist on one less plane. Crush me!
Killing spree! Killing spree!
You were no match. Ride on. Armageddon comes. Yes. Meet in battle. Smash you down. Mounted attack. Strike. Ahead, Armageddon. Indeed. At last. Fresh meat.
Mega kill!
Through your faces. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. None can endure. Smash you
Radiant's towers are fortified, just like Axe. Dire's courier has been slain. Your middle tower is under attack! Your top tower is under attack!
Giddy up. The beaten path. A shield and blade. By drought and blade. Your wretch. Usurpation of power. Hitherto. From other planes I come.
Your bottom tower is under attack!
Flash by him! A spare wing! By soul chaos! Yeah. Idiotic path. I'm accustomed to silence. My hand.
Unstoppable!
His attack. A shield and blade. Like this, into your weakness. Yes.
I'll take that as tribute.
Right on. Through your paces. Split wide. Hence from other planes I come. Charge! Down. Fresh mate! The beaten path. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. Leap ahead!
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces! Wicked sick!
battle on. Giddy up. Armageddon comes. Hitherto. Indeed.
Your top tower is under attack!
In battle. At last. Yeah. By drought and blade. Gallop. Gallop. I cast your sign. Amble on. A chaotic path. By shield and blade. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. The beaten path. The horse of the apocalypse. Meet in battle. Ahead, Armageddon. From other planes I come.
Much like Axe's opinion of you, your top tower has fallen! Monster kill!
Armageddon comes.
Mega kill!
My soul chaos. Split wide. Yes. Rapid attack. Chaos expands. Hitherto. Illusion. Giddy up.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen!
By drought and blade. Leap ahead! Jala, thanks! Yeah.
Unstoppable!
Strike! Under attack! I'll set you bouncing on Armageddon's flank. A chaotic path. That sharp pain you felt the beaten path. Chaos reigns. Gallop.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ahead, steed. The horse of the apocalypse.
Monster kill! Axes, please! The enemy's top tower has fallen! Do not miss this chance to push your advantage! The enemy's top tower has fallen!
Armageddon comes.
Axes, pleased!
Through your bases. Yes. Leap ahead. Meet in battle. Ahead, Armageddon. At last. Hitherto. My shield.
Axes, pleased!
We'll ride the horseman.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen! Surprising, given the lack of axe!
From other planes I come. Giddy up.
Freshly!
Right on.
Kill!
Giddy up.
Killing spree! Triple kill!
I was meant to have this. Gallop. We'll ride the horseman. Ahead, Armageddon. By drought and blade. The beaten path. Right on.
Dominating!
crush you down. Where is you? From other planes I come. Yes. Armageddon comes. Chaos increases. Split wide. A chaotic path. Through
Your middle tower is under attack!
Boy, flashmate! Emble on.
Mega kill!
Ahead, Steed. Yes. Mounted attack. By shield and blade. Meet in battle, Black King Bar. Yeah. Indeed.
Gold for my forge.
Hitherto. I come to your side. A chaotic path. By drought and blade. By shield and blade. The beaten path. Ahead, Steed. Through your bases. Ahead, Armageddon.
Wicked sick! Double kill! Puny Radiant hides behind their fortifications! The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower! Like Axe, the dire structures cannot be hurt! The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower! Your middle tower is under attack! Your middle tower has fallen! Dire structures are fortified!
We stand again at the gates of chaos. Chaos reigns. Leap ahead! battle.
I'll take that.
Cease. Hitherto, our grievance is settled. Ride on. Yeah. Yes. Armageddon comes. Where ride the horsemen, death shall follow. Fight me, spirit one! From other planes I come. Emble on. Giddy up. Gallop. My shield and blade. A chaotic path. The horn of the apocalypse. Illusion.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces!
Chaos expand. You were unworthy of the task. Emble on.
Your top tower is under attack!
Chaos increases. Leap ahead. Through your bases. Armageddon comes. Gallop. The beaten path. Fresh mate! Where ride the horse
Killing spree!
shall follow. In battle. Indeed. Ah, Headsteed. I have
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant!
right on. Yeah. The drought and blade. From other flames I come. Giddy up. A chaotic path.
Fortified! Super tempting spree! Like you can't even imagine!
From other flames I come. Through your bases. Yes. Yes. Meet in battle. Thy soul chaos. By drought and blade. Where ride the horseman. Yes. At last.
Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Our hooves thunder. I'm under attack. Ahead, Armageddon. Ahead, Steve. Yeah. Right on. Fresh meat. Armageddon comes. Yes. Giddy up. A shield and blade. Gallop. Through your paces. And Steve. Hitherto. Oi! Fresh meat!
Your middle tower is under attack. Axe would shed a tear for your middle tower, but Axe does not cry. Have failed you. Your middle barracks have fallen. Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it.
Mate!
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Your bottom tower has fallen. Tend your middle tower is under attack. Put them out of their misery. Your bottom barracks have fallen. Are you going to do something about that? Axe would shed a tear for your middle tower. Your middle tower is under attack. Your bottom barracks died badly. Unstoppable! Your top tower is under attack.
Again, I unleash.
Your top tower has fallen! It could be worse. Or could it?
Your every feline!
Trust me! Wicked sand!
Revenge on beats a cure.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Your top units have failed you. Curse your middle tower is under attack.
Prophecy still holds sway.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Look at your racks. Now the enemy now has mega creeps. Only one of us is still standing. Double kill! Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under attack.
Whoa, look at it go!
Edifice.
Listen to Axe. Your ancient needs protection.
Chaos and corruption. Right on. Ahead, Armageddon. The beaten path. Leap ahead! The chaotic path. Armageddon comes. In battle.
Dyer's courier has been slain.
I saw chaos. Yeah.
Listen to Axe. Your ancient needs protection.
Amble on. Where ride the horseman, death.
Your ancient is under attack. Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it. Your ancient is under attack. Axe proclaims a Radiant victory!
Order.
Dire team ban.
No, I mean any. I didn't mean like that. Any. Like, I mean like
sure,
filler points.
Sure thing.
No, I didn't mean like that. I mean like filler points as well. I can do with that. I don't mean your points are garbage, mate. I wouldn't trust you otherwise. Please don't be an ass.
Oh yeah. Now you're gaslighting me.
Look, I didn't mean to say
I'm
that.
sure you were very torn apart when Andrew G got arrested with these tactics of yours.
Jeez.
Jesus fucking Christ! Whoa, right to the taint, huh?
Yeah.
Right in the taint.
Right in the taint.
Oh shit! Don't make me laugh. 'Cause my back hurts when I laugh.
That's a funny joke, but unfortunately not one we can use.
Dire
No,
team
no,
ban.
no.
Right, oh, man.
Right in the Andrew taint.
Oh no, dude, they got flea again, right in the Tate.
Radiant team ban.
That's very good. I would love to use that in a cast.
Oh, one of these days.
Oh my
Oh, dude. I really love our set. Is our set campy?
Yes, it is. Of course. That was
That's-
what I was going for.
Okay, good.
Of course it's camp.
What does that mean?
Camp.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, right,
hear
yeah.
that voice of God.
Right. Camp is what Tarantino movies.
5 seconds remaining. Dire
That
team
style of like
pick.
over the top, unnecessary, clearly unrealistic, fun. I
love
This is my
team
favorite
pick.
thing. It's such a cute thing.
And there's mangoes in the
Oh
car.
my God, it's honestly so
so if
cute.
you love that, I've got good news for you because there's actually 2 more that we're going to use for week 2 and 3.
Awesome. So
There's
each week we change.
yeah, there's one with a troll where he's carrying the dim sum trays.
That's so cute.
And there's another one, but I forgot. I looked at it and I went, "That's cute," and then I
remaining.
closed it.
That's very cute.
But the techies one is pretty funny too.
The techies one.
5 seconds
just-
remaining.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
It's just the bell though. The bell is like that.
Radiant team pick.
Although I don't really like how they pick it up and
Dire
ring it
team
in
pick.
front of the camera.
Bring it.
I would like.
There's no point. Like if you.
Well, I mean, they could put it somewhere on top of the, like next to the sauce bottles, perhaps. And they could, but then they'd have to reach over and ring it,
Yeah, I don't like that as well.
and they're both kind of short.
I mean, I guess you could put it on top of the. Oh, you mean the sauce bottle on
10
top of
seconds
On top of the-
remaining.
the glass?
Yes,
shells.
yes.
It's just like a race car machine gun
5 seconds
running everywhere.
remaining.
This hype come against.
Yeah, I've kind of one of the reasons why I took
I made a couple jokes about it to him already. And he had a good giggle.
Just
Oh, we got a brood
that
mother.
Falcon Blade and just he's got 2 items now. And
By the way, I believe cough button does mute us to program, but as you
Brood Mother,
can
I
still
think this
see,
is
you
the
can
first
still
time
hear
we're seeing
me.
Brood
So if you
today.
need to say something to me,
Hello,
yeah.
hello.
it's funny picking Brute
Richie,
into
stop
the
casting.
tiny because
10 seconds
doesn't he
remaining.
just kind of
Richie.
do well with spiders?
Richie, stop
But
spoken too much.
there's one here that
Richie,
does really
Richie,
well
stop it with your garbage points.
Okay, I just meant filler points and the paint.
Treant is like
You know
a
how many
really good
drugs
hero.
taking the day for this paint?
Already.
Dude, I
like Brood,
feel ya.
I don't know. Like I when I first see it,
slowed
like,
down.
You know what
have
it
this
was
like
win
one
rate with
hero
Brood Mother in the
counter.
past in the
It's
pubs?
just it feels harder to counter him like that. Like before you could pick like a Kunkka or a Tai, then it was a
10% win rate.
it was like dealt with. But it doesn't feel like that anymore. Like and just watching these heroes, like the Brood Mother and Treant are way for me like way scarier heroes than Phoenix
I'm still
Tiny.
calling Kuku.
10 seconds
I'm calling
remaining.
Boss.
But I mean,
Boss
we'll have to see what they follow up with. But
5
It's like I think if I was
seconds
Blacklist, I would
Yeah.
like I wouldn't identify them as a Brood team.
Yes.
Like so I don't
I can
think
hear him.
they
Yeah.
need to pick the
Can I
Brood
ask
so
a question
fast
as
and
well?
probably get away with like
Because one of the Spanish guys brought this up.
Oh, you want to ask
a
me?
little bit later
Yes.
on the draft.
One of the Spanish guys brought this up. It's actually very good.
Like, cause like who's gonna play it? Like, it's obviously probably gonna
It's just
Cuckoo.
there.
yeah, cool.
But
That
like,
was the idea that like if everything
as he didn't
fails,
want
they
to
have
be a free player.
Whatever. Just buy Greaves and Pipe. You're wrong with the team. Like,
if they-
I don't know. It's just, whenever I it has like they fixed the stats now, so I feel like he has like 4 or 5 armor. It's 60 base damage.
What was he
Kind
before?
of-
Just if it
I
has
don't know, he used to be a real
Okay,
piece of, you know,
Piece of doo-doo.
yeah, a real piece of dude. No, I don't know. He just feels strong in lane. Like you can't really
So
bully him like
What
he
if
used
what
to.
if we gave him like a 3-minute delay?
There's been a lot of Nagas banned today.
I mean, minimum
Why is
5.
that?
So I mean,
He didn't-
even then,
she
it
didn't
still
really
doesn't
get like
solve the
significantly
issue.
nerfed.
Any
and
offset bigger than
still
like
an
5
overall
seconds
pretty
is going to
good
be
carry
hella
hero.
disruptive.
It's just annoying. You
I
can't
mean,
really
It's just
win the
it's part of
lane
it. I mean, there's just
against
not much we
her
can do.
because
I mean, she can just go jungle,
There's
right?
also a backup
Like
feature
level 3 if she really needs to. And it is hard to beat her in lane.
but
And it's also hard to just like one pick counter her. Like there's like everyone thinks of Leshrac, right? But after that, there's like there are a bunch of heroes that are decent against her, but
Right.
nothing that really like.
Owns her.
Yeah,
but eventually there comes a point
Yeah,
in the
that was
game where like
accounted for.
she just
okay, it's
causes
okay.
a lot
I
of
mean,
pressure
it's
because she can always
normal
push 2 lanes in and then like the moves that the opponents get to make are very predictable when you always have constant 2 lanes pushing in.
For me though, like I probably wouldn't ban it this early. Like I feel like if you see a Naga first 2, like you can make a really, unless they flex the hero, because then you might get it. Like they play position 4 or 5 or something. Because otherwise you have like a lion, then you have some maybe like it will just make they can't play a carry Naga. But I don't know, maybe Jackie has been.
Dude, I'm getting.
Spamming in the
Sometimes
pub,
my phone will
you
just
know.
continue buzzing.
You don't want. I mean, it's not a fun hero to play against, no matter what.
And it's just like emails and notifications.
So
Rivalry.
Tiny
Oh my
is
God.
probably gonna be
Why I
ready.
didn't join the slot?
The good news is that Rivalry
Wait,
thought
no.
our production was going to be
No?
like a
Yeah, no.
show.
I was thinking they were Blacklist. I'm swapping.
Now they really
was
want to be
like-
on our show.
Have you
No,
seen,
but I'm thinking, yes. Wait, so they banned Sniper with Treant. I was just gonna say, like,
Yeah, Sniper Treants are really strong. Like,
yeah, generally with Treant, right? Like, it's they ban Lina, so like Lina is number 1. Sniper is comfortable, and then Shadow Fiend can be decently good too.
yeah.
It's not as strong as my hero, but
They're night and day.
It did get nerfed
One of those
a few times.
I know.
Still overall
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
strong.
there's so
lane.
much natural.
Honestly,
I
at this
wonder
point,
if Blacklist has found any
Yeah,
information under Mystery Man, mid laner on Bleed.
DIY rates.
They
as well.
probably have. Yeah. Like you do a lot of.
They're like, no,
You gotta
but we
do the
will
digging.
pay you.
I mean, I don't know
10
anything
cents
about
to
it.
do
I'm gonna
Easter
guess he loves Ember Spirit. He plays a lot.
He's not.
Well, yeah, I guess that's why I'm just the
5
first fan.
seconds remaining.
But just like any up and coming, like they will love Ember Spirit. That's just how it is.
It's one of the more easier heroes to like snowball, like
Yeah.
to climb the ladder, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think the problem is
Like
that
any
it was
mid
just
player who,
one-
when they hit this 11,
one
12,
those two.
like even back in 10K, it was like you played Templar Assassin or you play Ember Spirit, or maybe Storm when he was OP. Like
It's
those kind of
flashy,
heroes.
you know?
I mean, they're flashy fun, but they also just,
Like they're both doing
I don't know, you kill everyone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
And this is the year of the
Yeah.
Oh, Draw Ranger, I forgot Draw Ranger, that's also.
And they also announced a bunch of
Very solid hero with
sponsors,
Treant.
Just begs the question what you can.
For ESB?
No, Blacklist
We got
should be
Burger King,
picking
Pizza Hut,
10 seconds
KFC.
remaining.
Where's all the money
position
going?
5.
It's not. If it was Swaddle, I'd be like, obviously he's eating all the money.
I don't think like Treant.
True.
But it just doesn't seem like a Tim's hero. You know, like you want Tim's on something that can do more.
Yeah, but it's like Zephyr was the guy who like played Treant all the time, right?
Yeah, but he's a weird one.
He's the Treant special.
He did love that.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had his own. He played a lot of Chen too, and he played.
It was a bit quiet.
Yeah, he had a few like. He actually played a lot of Venomancer in the TI.
Oh yeah, he did.
That seems more like a Tim's hero. Snapfire and Brood can bully the CM and eventually be like, I don't want to lane in this lane anymore.
But we can't fix it.
Very good against Phoenix too with a Shredder.
Yeah.
I was thinking what they're going to use to the counter. And Spiderlings don't affect the egg, right?
So, no. Yeah. Disappear. I'm curious now though, like what do you pick? Like the standard like picks are when back in the days you just pick like a Void Spirit or whatever.
We had a
but maybe they have something.
It was one of Execration or something. They
something
left
better,
a whiteboard in the background.
Well, I
didn't have it like their sprint schedule or whatever. But we had a replay operator cut a replay of it. With,
well, they definitely want to push their timings once like I can see the picture that Blacklist is. Brood has like pipe.
Yeah.
We zoom in on it and we just make shit up.
Stick together.
Like we don't actually show any of the stuff, but we just like.
Yeah.
I mean, and right now like Bleed's lineup can't even push through Treant armor. You show up at a tower and like even if you're way stronger, you can't do anything. So they definitely need something to do with that.
Yeah, whatever we want to do.
More counters against Slash. I mean, Pugna's. They just become so squishy. Like these heroes that are normally.
But it's super blurry, so we.
Lash.
So we're just
gonna need like a Shadow Fiend. I don't know if you can carry Shadow Fiend versus.
Well, whenever, honestly, you can pick
Oh, that's really curious for me.
Whenever we have the clip.
Not so good against Slash,
right?
Snap can be pretty good against Slark too if he gets caught like during his ulti without doing Dark Path. There's a lot of AoE damage and
yes, I have to actually take a look.
His strong timing is gonna be pretty late because I'm just assuming Blacklist is gonna run down tower, smaller, and then Brood's gonna control like half of the map, and
yeah, I feel like if Blacklist don't mess up their lane, like Brood Snap, I don't think they like Crystal Maiden and can like snowball that if
you can get a couple kills here and there.
Yeah. But if you don't, I'm very scared for Bleed here. Like, because they still have this problem too. Like the towers are not.
They have no deep push. Yeah, Nova. You have Fire Spirits, but that's not instantaneous.
Yeah.
Tiny's, obviously go one-on-one Dagger, but Dagger's pretty bad. Like blinking into a team that has like mech or all these things that
you're gonna blink on a guy with Treant armor, and then like you're gonna get Overgrowth.
Yeah. So
wow. Okay. Wow. Even worse.
Yeah, it's looking really scary for Bleed because like Blacklist team looks like very, very fast.
They have like they have a set plan, and their heroes are definitely catering to that plan.
What do you think though? Like, because honestly, to me, like Blacklist's team looks kind of more convincing than Bleed. But if Bleed were to kind of overcome them, like, what do you think would have to be their winning factor?
That's rough.
Just the way they execute team fights, or
yeah, I mean they have to live. Preferably they would like win some lanes that maybe they shouldn't win, or like get an advantage.
Catch them off guard before they're ready.
Yeah.
Because as soon as like Blacklist has like 4 or 5 heroes grouped up, there's no way you want to take that fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. What you need, you need to get the correct team fight in the game. Like you might have to give up some towers. You might even have to give up Roche. But then like when you have your timing, you have to fight.
You have to push it. You can,
like level 12 Phoenix with like Axe, Slark with something maybe. Like you just need to make sure you're like.
This really strong. Like I just feel like they've covered.
Okay, so
all,
was that like last week?
Like even SF's pretty good against Slark.
Okay, so it's very relevant.
Yeah.
But it's not on Dota buff.
He'll reach his time faster and just be able to like the minus. They have.
It's a really the only thing they're kind of lacking is like easy pickup or like go. Like it's hard to go on someone. Like if they come out of smoke with Blacklist, they can't really pick off heroes. But they don't have to do that either.
There's no jump.
Eventually there'll come a point where you have to take the fight.
Exactly, because they are going to go to tower, then they're going to go to Roche, and eventually they're going to show up at your base, and then you have to fight them. So.
I'm sorry, they played one CK.
Bleed are going to need to be more proactive than counteractive.
I don't know what to pick for like last week. Like
I'm curious. Like, is the Tiny mid? Are they doing like offline Phoenix? Like, what are they?
I think one potential that Bleed can like go through, like with Tiny, I think you skip the Dagger. You got to go like this Aghanims.
Oh yeah, it's rush Axe.
Yeah, like because you need something to like
variation
buy
of
time because you want to
tanking
like
but it's not the
buy
same.
time till Stark has like maybe a BKB.
It's a more meta approach.
Maybe
It is
skip
meta,
the
but it
Ags,
still fulfills, I think, the same kind of...
He's a non-factor for like the first 20
Brute Mother
minutes.
they haven't tried out in competitive yet.
And they just needed to stall the game. And
Of course, when I saw it. Okay,
lane might be a bit rough because it's
speaking of Pango, there he is again.
The question
That's
is,
so
is he
rough
gonna go
though,
mid?
playing Pango into tree, like when the
Masaro is
ult, the
probably the
leash.
best side.
Oh, that's
Gordon. Oh wait, it's a Pango mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny
Gordon's been trying
offlane.
this shit out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tiny offlane, like.
Oh, Phoenix
I mean,
offlane.
it's an annoying lane.
I
I
like
played against
that.
a good like tiny Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like they could kind of like play the spellcaster. Like Tiny went for Veil, and I think that could be a good transition because you do want to just drag the.
I mean, at least now they do have some like real team fight damage spells. Like if the Tiny goes in and then like Phoenix with the Pango, like it's hard to out heal that.
Yeah.
Blacklist have the more brain dead, so to say, lineup.
There's Pi.
Yeah, head pushing your base.
Seconds remaining.
Hopefully they don't throw when they have the lead. If they get the lead.
Masaro plays offlane, right?
I was like, what do you think about this trap pile? Well,
Yeah,
Okay.
one of them's a bit brilliant.
Yeah, what I said.
That kind of, you know, there's some context.
oh,
where you
nice, we have the heroes.
Kind of new.
My mind is blown.
We didn't have that earlier. Now it says who locks in.
Yeah.
here.
Three can do a lot. But again, it's against the snap. Like you get out of position.
later,
You have no
you're
way to
right.
protect the egg.
I mean, at least when you're off, you'll have like at least one or two items, and you'll be level 12. So
Yeah, and you'll reach those levels faster. But
So, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, what's your predictions on the laning phase then? Who do you think will win their lanes? Considering, like, now it's offlane Phoenix, do you think it's going to change anything?
not really.
yeah, I'm actually curious to see how that because it could get annoying, like if they get some toss backs.
To the Treant can be caught out of.
Yeah, the tree, or like if he gets to sneak up on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Overall, I do like Blacklist lanes better though, so.
Yeah.
So, I believe our casters are ready. Let me throw you guys off real quick to Avo and Richie. How are you guys doing?
Hello, Soph. We're very excited. Our first match, the only match of the day. I got hungry, so I brought chocolate bars. If you guys want some, I have some for the panel later.
Yeah, he brought a bunch of plates over. I think he stopped and raided the Mammox stall before he came over.
I have a banana as well.
I don't know where he got that from, by the way.
I've been carrying this for 2 days. This for you, Mike.
Doesn't sound good.
Oh, well, you know, I was hanging out with Mike earlier, and he's only said mean things to me today. Thought I was playing for SMG for a second, but we're watching a different team. It's Bleed versus Blacklist International. Can't wait to get into this first game of the series.
All right, you guys take it away. I want you guys to have fun, eat your chocolate bars, and go cast this game.
Yeah, thanks, Soph. I mean, poor Mike out here catching strays,
It's
man.
because I brought some ball, right? So I'm feeling spicy today.
Wow. Very, very good.
Nice.
Very good. Very proud of you.
Can I eat the some ball after the game?
Sure. You know what? You can. I'd rather that than you put it back into your pocket.
It's been for their.
Because I don't know how you'd get it back out, honestly. In any case, here live for game number 1, Blacklist and Bleed. 2 new orgs coming and joining us this season, facing off. Ought to be pretty exciting. They've actually already played but a couple days ago in that M88 tournament that was just running.
Yep, exactly. It was a short tournament, but we got to see a little bit of these teams, particularly Bleed, right? Because they won the tournament, and they looked really, really good in that tournament. I think it was also a nice showing for Corden for his first, let's call it big game, right?
Yeah.
A lot of concerns over whether he'd be nervous or whether he would perform with the standard that he would in a normal pub, and it did look really good in that tournament at least.
Yeah, and I think what's really impressive is that this is the first we've seen of him in DPC at all.
Yeah.
You know, he's just kind of straight on to a tier 1 team. He's Singaporean, Bleed playing from Singapore. They're boot camping there. It's a Singaporean org as well. So it's pretty cool that, you know, they hired from within or kind of found their own hometown heroes, but really eager to see actually how he's going to be able to impress on the Pango, which he's been playing a bit of previously.
Yeah, I think he's had a fair amount of success because Masaro is also a really good Pango, right? So you have 2 heroes you can flex the Pango between, and that works well for them. I actually remember Play Hard as well back in Neon, also used to play a little bit of the Pango 4, so I think they have a nice option for this hero, and it makes it a stronger pick. I know LGD was abusing a lot last season. It didn't look as great in their hands, I think, because the flex was not as effective as with Bleed.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And with the item builds that you can go for early, Orb of Corrosion, Diffusal, it's just tons of damage, especially early into these squishy spell-based casters that Blacklist are kind of running at you early on, right? Clear the Spiderlings, farm those up, kill a Lesh, burn his mana, which is doubly effective against a hero like this who needs his mana to survive. So that's going to be a really, really nice build and a super disruptive team fight. Although, playing into the Treant Protector, trying to protect this Snapfire Supernova, like they've got the team fight, but it is going to be tricky. Blacklist can definitely take it to them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with Pie's statement, so I wouldn't use the same words, but I think that this lineup is a very straightforward lineup as to how to play. I think it has a couple of heroes that were pretty strong this meta. There isn't much complexity to it, though, which means that if they fall behind, they don't have resources to get back, right?
Yeah.
They can't diversify their strategy necessarily.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate. I wonder, though, if you can't say the same for this Phoenix offlane. It's not something I've seen a whole lot. I used to see this hero actually a ton when the Fire Spirits were pretty imba, when they had like that plus 90 damage or something talent at 15. Veil was really good. Sunray used to be pure damage way back in the day. But this hero does have problems, right? He's a 1-0 armor hero coming into lane against an SF, against a tree, the slows. If they can actually get on top of him, that'll be real painful. And if he doesn't get his levels, if he can't farm with Fire Spirits, I don't know what his way back in this game is.
Yeah, the only person I've seen playing this hero in the offlane position recently, like in the past year, has been Whisper from EG. That's my one mention of the Beast Coast.
Yeah, it's not even Beast Coast anymore.
Doesn't matter. And I haven't really seen it much besides that. I have seen a couple of Game Masters in less relevant matches, perhaps. But it is, because again, he was in Udvesu 1 last year, right?
Yep.
So a little bit different caliber. I'm interested. I'm also interested as to how this fixes the Snapfire, because as they pointed out in the panel, you don't have anything to stop them from just destroying the egg. So what can offlane Phoenix do to make sure that that egg continues? I don't know.
I think at least what the benefit is you take a look at this Bleed lineup and you have a lot of heroes you want to jump and kill like immediately. Phoenix is pretty high priority. CM, when she's ulting, you have to throw something at her. I would say same can be said actually of this Pangolier if you can kill him pre-roll or catch him in roll.
Sure.
Slark is the same kind of hero. Like, it's a lot to kind of get a grasp on, and the CC outside of really the nature, make that the overgrowth, it's not really the greatest. So perhaps that's something that Bleed can use, this chaotic team fight that they can kind of just string together. Oh, they overgrowth for the Rolling Thunder, Icarus dive in deep, he can't cancel it, you know? Stuff like that, I mean, you might be able to do it. It's just redundant team fight after team fight.
No, I think that's actually a pretty good point. I wonder how they can play around with that. I think that does heighten the priority of the Leshrac Shard this game, because it's a really good area denial spell.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And that could be the second crack control ability they can get to, or AoE stun rather.
It's a really good point.
They also have Requiem, I guess. Raven could just diversify Shadow Fiend and not just be full physical damage carry.
I think I'd like to see that, because when you start, you know, imagining some of the fights that they begin to take in the early to mid game, you know, we're talking tier 2 sieges, Roshan fights especially, Bleed kind of blow them out of the water right now. That's not a comfortable position to be in against a Slark, especially.
Yeah, it's true. Slark is really trying to get kills in this bottom lane, but it's difficult to do anything with a Broodmother in lane. She's denies. I mean, it's not like she's gonna kick you out,
right? But
she just makes it very hard to play or achieve anything as Slark. At least he won't get bullied out of lane before level 6.
They've also got a nice lane buff for this Slark, right? With the mid lane.
Yeah, Corden. He might have messed up with that swashbuckle. Oh, sorry. No, he had a swashbuckle the whole time. Had a mango. Just didn't want to use it until last second.
Yeah, but he's not going to get his second refill, and not a whole lot of aggressive action in the lane, so it'll be a while. He might have to take a run home. Oh, no, actually, the rune's just spawned top lane. Pardon me. Corden, he is just A-okay.
Get the water rune. In worst case, you just support, kill yourself for me, and you're fine, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it comes down to on the support life. He's trapped himself momentarily, but he'll cut himself free there.
That's why you buy the Quelling Blade on Pango, actually. People think it's for lessening creeps, but it's actually so your teammates don't see you doing.
That's true. Yes, why did they cut down the trees? Oh, he split earth. I juked him.
it was so good.
It was so good. You missed it.
That's how Cortez was getting out of this team for so long. From Singapore qualifiers, that's what I heard. That's what they picked up. So they watched him first the local tournament. He was an open qualifier player, and they thought this guy's very good. Apparently, he was a hot commodity for this new season. A couple teams were bidding.
Really? That's good to know. Well, it's a lot of pressure when you think about it, right? Especially with all the organizational support that Bleed is actually giving their players. Maybe a bit of pressure, but so far he's performing very well. He's just about keeping pace here with just a little bit out of the eye. Here's the gank down from Flare. Double TP instant from Blacklist International with the toss back, looking real good with the body lust. Carlo with the magic wand stays alive with the aid of the Cody up to the high ground. 6 heroes in the mid lane just like that.
Yeah, very well done though. Both mobility spells there. Gordon even got as much out of the toss as he could by one little shield crash, right, to maximize that, but he couldn't quite reach the high ground in time. And now the supports will leave their cores alone. Let's see how these lanes shape up, where the supports actually continue to fight Tims.
Yeah, 6-minute power run.
He's leading Tims here with the cookie, gets the stun onto the Pango, but the power rune is already in his hands, and they're gonna kill AU at this rate. Nope, in fact, it's gonna be Play Hard who dies first. Diabolic destroying him. We still have Magic Stick on Tims, but doesn't want to continue on to Corden. He's gonna settle for the first blood, and that's gonna be enough.
Yep. And Corden ultimately is going to be fairly happy with that. He's got a regen rune, so he doesn't actually even need the Tiny to TP back to lane for the bottle refill, because he did recover it. So that may allow them to get a bit of a heads up if they want to go top lane. Now they're actually going to go right back mid, so looking to apply more pressure.
It's a hard toss to get the Leshrac,
yeah,
because he does a lot of area damage, as we just saw here. It might just kill you by accident, and you're also leaving. If the CM rotates, you're leaving the Slark alone versus Broodmother, which is not ideal.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, so Playhard he shows on the ward a bit early, and he actually even right-clicks the tower. So Blacklist with a very good response. They just kind of play it chill. They know that the only way they die there is if Tiny gets a toss, but he can't dive tier 1 tower this early on to take him down. So good patience here by Carl, showing lots of experience here. I don't know what number of matches he's played now in professional Dota, but for Corden being his first, he's starting to show his experience.
Bosku in the bottom. I called him that because I read his name, but I don't know if that's Bosku.
Bosku. It's Cuckoo.
I know, of course it's Cuckoo, but it's just, you know, what a name change. I guess this probably came from a conversation when someone questions Venom and Super. I'd play hard in the top. No! They tossed the wrong hero! Corden was too quick on that swashbuckle.
Oh, they're good committing.
They are going to commit to the SM. Can they reach him in time? Yes, the TP gets cancelled by the Rolling Thunder. They tip immediately by Play Hard. They slow him with a Crystal Null. That's going to get a kill as well. Carl is in the wrong position. He got caught by the tail and the Rolling Thunder. We need a little bit more damage. That Hawking is tearing through Corden, but a beautiful shield crash to actually get him to safety.
Oh no.
The unfortunate Leech Seed will kill him off, but AU could still die to this. Masaros doesn't have Spirit for 6 seconds, and they will leave the Trimper there alone. Still a win for Bleed, despite all.
Yeah, and just a little bit too aggressive there on the swashbuckle. I think there's an angle he has there that gets him a little bit closer to safety, so that he's not tanking tier 1 tower. It was a great kill onto the Lesh. I completely commend the call to actually get that aggressive, because they had the kill, but he clears the creep wave way too fast, so someone's got to tank those tower shots. And unfortunately, it was him in that instance.
Yeah, it's true. He was also the tankiest hero right in that engagement. The Phoenix is not great at tanking the tower early, and you're coming in as the highest level hero. So I see Corden's idea. Also, that shield crash was very impressive. He went very far.
For sure.
But yeah, it's tough with the Leshrac because he managed to max Diabolic Edict, right?
Yeah. But that's a pretty nice sequence of events. I suppose I could call that his very first gank of DPC. he went bottom, didn't work out. TP top, got it interrupted immediately. Playhard trolled him a little bit on the toss, and
we should have made a graphic for that.
Found the
very first gank of DPC.
There's the KPI. Everything he does here, it's his first time.
First time he lost a match in DPC.
Oh no, oh no.
That is the one that we're never going to use for Bleed, right? But yeah, it looked good, honestly. We'll see what they can do now, because there's still an advantage over this early game once Cuckoo gets his level 6.
Oh, Carl! He's going to be right in the path of the smoke. They've got a ward.
Dubu is going to lead this. Yes, Crystal Nova just barely in range. Hits Carl now. Swashbuckle as well, but Carl already activated the full stun by Diabolic Edict. He's just going to die too quickly. Jackie dealing a lot of damage. They try to go for Cuckoo, but Cuckoo can play around with those cliffs.
And that's Dubu warding for you right there, paying off. You can see he still has his Observer up. Carl feels relatively safe to make that play because of the Observer that they just lost. Figured he wasn't under vision, maybe thought the Pango was still top. It's not the craziest smoke in the game to try and, you know, boot the Broodmother out of lane. It's just unfortunate that he ends up kind of farming right in the path of that would-be smoke. Really, really nice momentum, though, early on for Corden.
Glad you pointed out Dubu's warding, because, you know, he played pubs in NA for years. You know how many times he got pinged for not putting the ward in the right place? This man learned the hard way.
He basically wrote the supporting bit himself that they aired at TI.
He actually did. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a comedy bit, though. It was supposed to be his drama screenplay.
Slack's like, what?
Tims has been caught here with the Curse Dive. A little bit of slow. We do not have anything else. They had a couple more spirits that could have followed Tims, but the Scatter Blast was a little bit too scary.
Malsaros still looking to tank up a little bit against this early damage. He needs to go toe-to-toe against the early damage of Lesh so he can Icarus dive in a bit aggressively and survive at least one stun. So the Hooded Defiance early for him is going to allow him to do just that and actually get off his Supernova.
Straight pipe as well.
I know. I was surprised by the pipe, but that's, you know, kind of what won Tundra TI, right? You got to shut down this hero because honestly, the rest of Blacklist outside of the tree are very squishy.
Yeah, no, I think the pipe is a good idea. It's also like, what is your Alpha Phoenix going to buy that's going to use more, right? More items. And pipe is the easiest one because as opposed to Wraith Pact or whatever, you have to make sure to activate it before you use the egg, etc., etc.
Right.
Just make sure you use pipe. The second you fight high ground, it stays forever. Very useful buff.
Yeah, sometimes you see a Veil of Discord on these Phoenixes, but it's just not really a fantastic item, not a feels-good item, nor is the build-up good. You don't need the Bazzi, you've got a Maiden.
Especially for a competitive game. I think in pubs it works better because you get to have more impact as Phoenix, but in competitive game you're happy to play the 3.5 role, right?
Here's a smoke though. There's no points in Requiem, so they don't have that AoE fear to try and get him through the Shadow Dance. Blacklist are going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Who's going to be the one to initiate on this team? That's the one thing we
just really awkward, isn't it?
It's a lot of do-nothingness, right? Like, they have a lot of damage if you get in their vicinity. How do you get in their vicinity?
I guess it's probably Lesh gets Bloodstone and you just try and cookie him in.
Our initiation is Cookie Lesh.
Yeah, it's the war ponies, you know?
Yeah.
Like what is it? They had the war elephants in ancient history. This is the war pony. You cookie him in and you charge him into battle and hope that he catches someone.
Right. That's true.
I don't see what else is going to go their way. I think they're completely out of their depth when it comes to team fight. They need just a good Requiem counter initiation, and I think from there it comes together. But you're right, all their heroes are kind of want to be the second one in. Brood has an awkward time running in against, I think, the amount of counters they've thrown at her as well.
If Flesh is a war elephant, do you think he could cross mountains, or does he need Cuckoo as his boss to make sure he does it? I feel like he'd be great at conquering Rome.
That's exactly right. Very, very good catch on the historical joke.
I appreciate a good Hannibal friend.
Yes.
Anyway, we are going to look at the top tower, which is Bleed's next objective, it seems like. Play hard with an Invis Rune is putting himself in position, and Jackie has already foregone in the bottom lane. He's ready to farm this freer lane. However, we're seeing Bleed looking to defend this perhaps. Mask of Menace already ready on Raven. And he's just walking in. That's the plan.
He's got Requiem. He's gonna walk in and Requiem oh, he's a Slark. Oh,
Okay, plan B. Mask of Madness then.
And then he runs away. Oh, he's got pounce. Yeah, there's problems. We've got some problems here.
We need the cookie, Richie. So we need the cookie.
At the very least, you know, Dota's a game that. Oh, hold on.
Overgrow. Okay, plus Mortimer's Kisses.
Support though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a kill though. Playhard at least dies, and this is enough to deter Jackie's aggression. He needed that Tiny to tank the gank for him, so it's kind of a win for both teams, right? Because now Slark can't farm any longer in this area.
I suppose that's true. Yeah.
But you also tank the gank for the Slark.
Yeah, not bad, but it's going to really free up, I want to say, Malsaros as well as Corden, who's about to finish up his Diffusal Blade. He's kind of getting there. Still needs about another 500 gold before he has that item online, but then the damage is going to be immense out from him. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, though, it's an interesting idea I had. Now, I want to see your thoughts. Okay. If you're in a lineup like this where the initiation is not particularly quick or there's any stuns that you have to avoid, right?
Right. You're playing against one of these, that is.
That's it, yeah. You're playing against one of them. So you're Bleed in this case. Do you actually need the supports to be in that position to block smoke games? Or is that just giving them freer kills, which they wouldn't otherwise be able to avoid?
So I actually think it depends on the state of the game. I think like early on, like it's totally acceptable for you to commit double ultis there because you can overgrowth, bait out the shadow, or sorry, the purge, and then hit him with a Requiem, and then you kill him, right?
True.
And that's worth it in the early game. Late game, when the rest of his cores are going to take 2 of their structures because you can't fight, that's not worth it. So I actually think it is in this case, it's definitely worth the Tiny dying there. To make sure that Jackie is completely safe.
That's a very good point. Yeah. So it's about, because the ultimates are a very big deal here. They have a really good team fight with the ultimates. Bosku, he is, I love that he's playing Broodmother. He's surrounded by his minions. Right? Yeah, truly Bosku.
He's the boss. Those are his underlings.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's only playing. If you check his Dota Pro tracker, you'll see he's only playing unit heroes right now. It's Nature's Prophet, Visage, Broodmother. I caught him playing some Beastmaster.
Yeah, Venomancer, he's even got his wards and sets up, isn't that right?
I don't know if we should say Venomancer in the presence of Cuckoo. I hear when he sees snakes now, he gets PTSD.
Smoke play from Bleed, so they're going to be first to make a move. They're pretty strong now. They have this dual timing of a Pipe of Insight, not quite this Blink Dagger for timing, but the Diffusal now for Pangolier is out, so they pack a punch, and they can take one too.
Yeah, we'll see. The Tiny, though, is a key point in their initiation. Like I said, the Pango's useful here, but no Blink yet on him. In fact, he's going for Shard before the Blink. Do you think that's because the Tiny's already going to act as that initiator?
I guess so. It also just saves them from a lot, right? Like, you can just roll up and, oh, hold on, toss.
You can also toss the Snapfire, and that's your initiation gun, that's your cookie. Oh, no! How are you going to counterattack? There's no way. Tims is dead, and probably this tower as well, right? Getting Glyph for it.
Yeah, that'll go down. I mean, they're gonna have Living Armor to slow this down and another Glyph, but they can tank very easily here. And that is going to be a done deal. There's no way Blacklist can fight into this unless they can just get a surprise overgrowth, but that's not happening anytime soon.
At least they did take bottom in exchange, so it's not like they forced a really difficult tower to defend into a trade. So that's as best as you can do there, Blacklist.
That's true. And again, it's just still the Broodmother's tower, which you would expect to go down 4 minutes ago. So it's still rough. I mean, I still think Blacklist are having a really rough game. Their early to mid transition is super awkward, but at least made it a bit easier as Carl does have himself his full Bloodstone completed. You can see he's just used it to heal off that Sunray damage. Then again, he's still fighting into this Pipe of Barrier. So that's a serious problem for him. It does kind of feel like it neutralizes the first couple of seconds of all of your damage. You're not getting any of your mana back. It's a bit rough here. I'd say Bleed can pretty much decide when and where to fight, and it's really up to Blacklist to respond.
You think Brood still has the necessity of, like, as a Beastmaster, right? You talk about how much map control you can acquire, and that's a big deal when you're playing him. Otherwise, what's the point of a hero?
Right.
But now that Brood is playing this kind of aura build that's been popular since even before TI, does this hero depend so much on the space you can make early in the map control, or is there more versatility to it?
Right. I think the part about map control has it's dual parts. So because the map control can play